Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the first of my Starfield streams. This is the latest game from Bethesda. It's one I've been looking forward to for quite some time. Now, I will say this right at the start. I just might as well get it out of the way. This game is not as optimized as Jeff would like you to believe it is. There will be performance glitches that will be noticeable as I'm playing. Hopefully there won't be too many of them, but every once in a while everything just seems to stop for a second or two and then it catches up to itself. I'm sure that'll probably be fixed in the patch soon enough, but and it's probably all due to how inefficiently it uses Vulkan. But at any rate, let's go ahead and get into it and start a new game here.
Seals are good. Oxygen's good. Just do what you did last time, and you're fine. Follow my one simple rule. Hella, what's my one simple
Listen
rule?
to Lynn. Boss lady knows best.
Exactly. Listen to me. Mining's just like any other job. Go steady, go safe, go home with a pocket full of credits at the end of the day.
Yeah, totally. It's just like, I work in the Stardock. Except, with more cave-ins, lasers, and accidental dismemberment.
Very helpful.
That's encouraging.
Thank you.
You're gonna be fine. Your first outing was solid. And, let's be honest, it ain't exactly astrophysics.
That's why I keep him around. Good pep talks.
Yeah, and the fact that I can pinpoint a helium deposit from 300 meters.
Not untrue. A shame we won't find any down here. But the metal deposits alone should pay for our own helium. Hell, after this, we'll have enough jump fuel to bounce from one end of the settled systems to the next.
Hey, more minerals, more money. And so the cycle repeats itself. Just no more unauthorized jumps in the house for room space, okay?
He's just a big baby. There are worse lives. You know, most Dusties don't even make it this far. I have a good feeling about you.
Group hug now or at the end of the shift?
One of these days, Hella, I am going to leave you behind.
Promises, promises.
Okay, let's see what we've got. How are we on time?
A little longer. Grab some samples?
Always. But not you. Check on Isabel. Make sure she eases up on the breach. I don't feel like getting buried alive today.
Roger that.
Coincidentally, you can switch between first and third person at almost any
Never take
time.
that helmet off.
Not right now because you haven't actually created your character.
Yeah. Because God forbid we drill on a rock with breathable atmosphere.
But once you actually have created your character, you can switch back and forth.
Fewer ranks. A job like this in the United Colonies? Huh. Breeze of red tape. Ugh. Look at this one over here. Calvert! No! No. It's a laser, not a sledgehammer. Ease up. Benning, if you got paid per break, you'd be a millionaire. Let's go.
Yeah, okay.
What do we say, Dusties? You make your cut, you get your cut. No exceptions. Come on, pick it up. Troy, what's the yield?
Minimal at this point. Occasional glimmer, but it's weak.
What do you think? Stay the course?
No, ma'am. Juice juice ain't worth the squeeze.
Well, okay then. Let's call this one tapped. Why don't you move over to that big vein we looked at?
Yes, ma'am.
Dusty, you're up. Grab a cutter and mine what you can. Metal deposits are in that cavern. I'll shout out when I need you.
You get to keep this mining laser through the whole game. Probably because, obviously, one of the ways of getting money is to do stuff like this. It's a little repetitive, but...
I'm busy. What else to bother?
They're ready for us. Get back up here.
Come on.
Think we'll be done here
It's time.
soon?
You're with me.
Oh, I hear this is the last dig. Standard reading a clean break. Shut it down.
Let's go! Hella, get the readings.
See, that's what I'm talking about. It's not crashed, it's just... Okay, maybe it has. No, it hasn't. But that's what I'm talking about, the performance pauses. At least on my computer.
Yeah.
I don't know if
about
anyone else is having this, but I sure am.
Problem?
Not if you consider a spike in gravity readings a problem.
I don't.
You don't?
What we're after, it'll read as an anomaly.
So, Jeff,
That's what I was
if
told
you're
anyway.
watching this,
Okay, now you're
this is
starting
a
to freak me out.
16-core,
Relax.
4
It's
gigahertz
just another
processor
job. Come on.
with a GeForce 3070 Ti.
We're getting
Don't
close.
tell me
I
that it's
think-
optimized
Yeah, everything is just...
when it's doing that kind of
Lynn,
crap.
seriously, there's something really effed up about this.
Where is it, Hella?
Through there, I think.
Okay, you're up. Something goes wrong in there, we'll come get you.
What?
Still getting weird gravity readings. I guess that's a good thing. Just keep going.
Do you see anything?
From the sound of the recoil, it's very clearly some sort of pulse laser. The thing that most people don't realize is that it is true that a laser beam, a photon, a laser is just charged photons. Photons don't have mass, but they still do have recoil. And look at how the mining laser kicks. So I will give credit to the designers for actually taking that into account and having it have some recoil. No, it's not. It's a very minor recoil as long as you're talking something like this. However, someone actually did the math. You remember the Death Star super laser? If it's powerful enough to blow up a planet, it's got enough recoil to send the entire Death Star flying backwards in the opposite direction so fast that you'd be a strawberry jam against the wall. You don't actually have to mine as much as I'm doing here, but I figured why not?
Dusty, snap out of it.
Hey, come on. Come on. Okay, take it easy. You were out cold. No physical damage. Mentally, the jury's still out. You know who you are? New recruit for Argos Extractors? Ring any bells? Any of this look familiar?
Now now we actually get into the real character creation. Just so you know, it's not one of those games where you have like 30 sliders for the bridge of your nose and the width of your nose and the height of your ears and all that kind of stuff. If you go over to the face, this is pretty much it. You have about 9 or 10 basic head shapes for male and female, about 40 different hairstyles, actually 50, no, 45. Different hair colors, different facial hair. Obviously body type. If you want to be muscular, you can drag it all the way up there, or be a lard ass, or be skinny as a rail. And obviously male and female is a thing. And there's different character presets that you can use, obviously. Actually, quite a few. And of course, you can change your initial appearance at any time by visiting a genetics facility, which it says down here in the corner of the screen. Well, that's kind of like me back when I had more hair. Lose the mustache, though. Ah, heck with it. Okay, I take that back. There are more sliders than I thought there were. Probably because I didn't try scrolling down. I didn't realize the scroll bar was over here instead of over here on the right side. But that'll do. Any rate, background. There's several different backgrounds from Beast Hunter to File Not Found. Notice, however, just because you say File Not Found, you still don't get to choose. You still don't get to change your starting skills, as far as I know. But I mean, for example, you've got your Beast Hunter, which starts with fitness, ballistics, and gastronomy. Bouncer is boxing, security, and fitness, and so on. Now, one thing about Bounty Hunter is that it starts with what I consider to be two of the more important skills: piloting and boost pack training. Because those boost packs let you move a lot faster when you're on the ground by jumping. And of course, piloting lets you fly higher categories of ships. Anyone can fly a Category A ship. Categories B and C are locked to higher levels of piloting. And I'll go into more detail on that later. Then you have chefs who are good with knives. Combat medics who at least get pistol certification. Cyber runners, cyberneticists, diplomats, plenty more to go with. But we're going to stick with the bounty hunter here. Traits. Now, you're allowed 3 traits. Every trait has a negative effect on you, but the positives tend to outweigh the negatives. For example, extrovert, that's fine. And in some cases it marks, like if I take extrovert or introvert, it automatically puts an X by the other one. And a lot of these, like for instance, Neon Street Rat, or Freestar Collective Settler, or United Colonies Native, you gain access to special dialogue options with that faction and better rewards from some missions, but the crime bounty from other factions is increased. So if you do something illegal in their territory, well, oh, let's see. Hero worshipped. That's not a bad one. Hey, it gives you one extra guy who's actually a halfway decent crew member. There's two different religions in the game: the Enlightened and the Universal, and three, and the Serpent's Embrace. And there we go. An extroverted, hero-worshipped bounty hunter whose parents are still alive. How about that? And we'll just go with that. And why buck a trend? We kind of did this back when I did one of my first streams. So we'll just name him Han. I don't want to use the full name because you never know, that might be copyrighted.
Bet you were expecting a quiet job compared to your last gig. Bounty hunter turned space miner.
It's nice that they do comment on the background you chose.
Well, you got the sample. Client's on his way, then we all get paid. You remember anything that happened? Huh. Well, you passed out, that's for sure. Everything else, probably just your brain playing tricks. Either way, we got what we were looking for.
All this trouble for that stupid thing? Huh. Sure don't look like much.
Never mind what it looks like. It's worth more than this mine has pulled in all month. We'll be... Speak of the devil.
And there you go. I'm trying to remember what the walk key is. Give me a second. There we go.
Client is here. Let's go.
You all right? Maybe don't do any heavy lifting for a while?
On approach.
Wait, the Explorers group? I thought they were kind of a joke.
Not a joke. You're just too young to know better.
Hey, I'm just saying they got a reputation. Hell, I bet half the crew here doesn't even believe they really exist.
Half the crew doesn't believe Earth exists, but it's still there. Same with Constellation.
Yeah, but come on. Exploring space? Who does that anymore? Ain't the space we've already got complicated enough?
Not to them, apparently. All right, Dusty. Airlock. Put your helmet on.
Okay, this is your data menu. You're going to be seeing this a lot, like anytime you need to access your inventory. know, I'm gonna have to use that. I'm 53 years old. I'm not old. I'm classic.
Barrett?
Man!
Been a long time.
Yes, it has. That mine on Bendy, right?
Kazal, hellhole, like this place. Rare mineral contract. Your tastes are a bit more sophisticated now, huh?
So, you found something?
Right here. The new guy found it.
That right. And everything went cool? Just like grabbing those minerals on Bendy?
Kazal. And no, Barrett, not cool. He passed out after the extraction. Woke up saying all kinds of nonsense.
Is that right, cowboy? Went on a trip, huh?
You could call it that.
That fun, huh? Not the most gentle push into the great mysteries of space, but hey, been there.
Look, just hand over the credits, and I'll be happy to never see this thing. Or you, ever again.
That's why I like you, Lynn. All business.
Barrett, the scanners on the frontier are reporting a ship coming in hot from orbit.
I really thought I lost them.
Barrett?
Yeah, there is. I love how it's optional. Come on. Optional to grab. Optional to grab a weapon. You can use your cutter like a weapon, and at least it has unlimited power, or recharges anyway. Now, one change that you can make is looking at your spacesuit. You can set it to hide the spacesuit when you're in settlements. Right now you're not, so the spacesuit stays on. But when you're in a settlement, it'll take the suit off, and it'll go to your whatever utility outfit you're wearing. And also, you can do the same thing with your helmet. Hide helmet in breathable areas. Just so you can see those rugged good looks. Switch over to the Eon, because it actually does more than 2.5 times as much damage. Coincidentally, when it comes to aid, always pick up med packs. And here's why right here. 0 mass. Kind of like stim packs in Fallout. They weigh nothing. So pick up every med pack you can. Same goes for ammo. Pick up all the ammo you find, even if it's not a type you can currently use. Like, for instance, if I found 50 caliber ammo, apparently it weighs nothing. cards, 20 ammo, and a maelstrom. A mud pack.
Can't believe the Crimson Fleet.
I'm not going to take the rescue axe. Rescue axe and cutter. Another med pack. Not sure what a rip shank is, but I'll take a look. The one thing that I don't like is that you actually have to pick it up and look at it in your inventory to tell what something is, or what it weighs, or how much damage it does. Oh, hey, bourbon. That might be worth something. I'll pick it up anyway and sort everything out in a minute. Drop the stuff that I'm not going to keep.
You in one piece? Good. Me? I'm just gonna pass out as soon as my heart stops racing.
Did you see Lynn? Ran straight at those pirates like it was nothing. This attack better not be coming out of our pay.
Okay, we can check our weapons here. The maelstrom? Some sort of assault rifle. I mean, look at the fire rate. 50 on the Eon, 150 on the maelstrom. But each bullet does less damage. But it has more range. Rescue axe does a heck of a lot of damage. Might keep one of those. And a rip shank. Come on, guys. You don't have to get original with it. Call a knife, because that's what he is. Coincidentally, look down here in mass. 77 out of 135. That's why one of your most important skills is fitness. Get that fitness up, and you add 100 to how much you can carry. 235 is a lot better than 135. And over here, take a look at the value. If I'm not mistaken, that's the purchase value. Like if you went to a vendor and bought it, the rip shank would be 365 credits. Your selling price is roughly 12% before modifiers for having a high negotiation skill. So, at least at first, anything you find, take a look at the value and divide by 8. And that's how much you're going to get when you sell it on. In other words, don't waste your time with vendor trash, like sheets of paper. Yeah, it may have a value of 3 credits, but 3/8. That's not a good weight to, but it weighs like 1/10 of a pound, and you only get like less than 1 credit for it. Not a good weight to value ratio. Weapons are usually pretty good, like these rescue axes at 650 each. Not on suits, mind you. For some reason, the weight to value ratio on suits isn't very high. But there we go, 1 pirate assault spacesuit. Less physical resistance, less airborne resistance, less radiation resistance, more thermal and corrosive resistance.
Of course Barrett was being followed. Every time.
Now, that was some fine work under pressure. You dug up the artifact, right? That means you saw it. The visions? You're coming with me to Constellation. You're part of this now.
If they can tell me what this artifact of yours is, I'm in.
Marvelous.
Oh no, Barrett. No. You think you're just going to take off after the mess you caused?
All right. I guess I did just put you all on the Crimson Fleet hit list. How about I stay and I send your Dusty here in my place? I know, but he's not some miner anymore, Lynn. Soon as he touched that rock, something changed. Don't tell me you can't feel it.
Fine. It's a deal. Get out of here, Dusty. You're on to bigger things. Just go. Before I say something I regret.
Well, now that that's settled. Vasco, get him to the lodge. No deviations unless absolutely necessary, okay? Protocol Indigo.
Indigo. Again. Very well.
Oh, and hey, take this. You'll find it very useful out there. And it even tells the time.
Aw, thanks. A watch. What, is this some sort of retirement gift?
Hey, look at that. The watch fits you perfectly. Now, questions? Technically, it's not even mine. Consider it a loan. Vasco will keep you on course. Besides, I'm making an exception since you can tell Constellation about that vision you had.
Who are you? What's Constellation?
See, that's the problem with the settled systems. Too easy to take everything for granted. While everyone else is busy playing politics, we're the ones braving the unknown, charting the vastness of space. Without us, the galaxy is just a big room with the lights turned out.
Why was the Crimson Fleet after you?
They're just following the loot, like pirates do. And I have something of a reputation as a loot collector.
So what exactly did we dig up?
That, my friend, is the million-credit question. And Constellation can find the answer, with your help.
Why send me? Shouldn't you go?
Come on. You really not at all curious about that light and music show you experienced? Why it only affected you? Because if you didn't notice, we've all been handling it since with no problem. The way I see it, Constellation needs that artifact, but they also need you. This mystery is only getting bigger each step we take. And you're part of it now.
Okay.
And
well, that's all
Vasco,
the questions.
don't let him break my ship.
It appears you are the new captain of the Frontier. Just up the ramp, Captain. I'll be in the external robotics bay. Captain Hahn, I assume you know how to fly a Class A starship. As Barrett likes to say, it's as easy as learning to ride a bike. I will attempt to boost the shield, just in case there are any difficulties.
Okay, so looking at some of the items around here, one of the things you'll notice is that food restores most food restores relatively little health. Like right there, Chunks Apple. Notice that's not Chunks of Apple. Chunks is the brand name, apple flavored. 5 hit restores 5 health. That sandwich with a bite out of it restores 4. Oh, another thing to always pick up. Digipicks. These are what you use for lock picking. And again, 0 mass. So pick them up whenever you find them.
You know the drill, Vasco. Protocol Indigo means no deviations, no distractions, no dalliances, in short, no fun. Unless, as strictly defined by Sarah, said deviations, distractions, and dalliances are completely necessary in getting this fine vessel, the Discovery-class Starship Frontier, back home in one piece. I guess I'm still technically borrowing it from Constellation, even if I have no intention of actually giving it back.
And of course, the data slates give you these logs, so that's important. Nova Galactic Coffee Mug. Here's your research station, which lets you complete research projects. Each research project requires materials in order to make progress. The materials can range from raw minerals to organic substances extracted from alien creatures of plant life to manufactured components that can be made at an industrial workbench. For instance, in pharmacology, we've got Performance Enhancement 1, which requires argon, tetrafluorides, and metabolic agent. We don't have that. Old Earth Cuisine 1, bread, red meat, and cheese. In other words, how to make a sandwich. Mixology 1. In other words, how to make a mint julep, I guess. And some are blocked unless you have certain skills, like this one requires you to have outpost engineering. I'll go more into the skills later. I don't actually think there's anything I can do at this point because I don't have any of the materials. But there's, like I said, at least for the starter ship, you'll be getting... You already know you're going to be getting better ships later in the game. Coffee bags. Can be used as a component in crafting. Ooh. Chicken meal pack. Gummy bugs. Red Harvest bread. Ramen, of course.
Shield's ready. The rest is up to you.
Thank goodness all these ships have artificial gravity, because I'd hate to be in 0G and have an unfinished sandwich hit me in the face. Just saying.
Now that we are in orbit, it might be wise to test all controls and systems to ensure they are not on the verge of catastrophic failure. I can step you through the entire process, or if you're already an experienced pilot, just power up all the systems, and we'll be on our way.
Hold left Alt and use WASD to switch between systems and allocate power. You can skip the ship tutorial by powering up all systems, including the grav drive. But you notice, down in the corner, right now I only have 14 energy available. So if I want to increase...
Each system on a ship requires power. Allocating power is under your direct control. Let's go over the engines. Engines control our maximum speed. Try increasing and decreasing our relative velocity. A ship's engine has a sweet spot for better handling during turns.
Which is right
Draw
there.
your attention to the HUD. You'll notice a speed indicator in the lower left with a gauge that goes up and down as you adjust the throttle. Try to center the gauge so that it lines up with the center of the vertical bars to its right. Boosts can be engaged for temporary bursts of speed. let's turn our attention to the shields. Try adjusting power to the shields. Notice more power increases their strength. Shields protect the ship from hull damage. Without a hull, they'll be vaporized. Shield health is displayed in the lower right. Hull damage is below it. You've proven an adequate pilot. Are you familiar with ship combat tactics? Because that's a Crimson Fleet ship bringing its weapons to bear. We will need to disable their shields. Laser-based weaponry is particularly effective. If you can keep the enemy ship centered on the HUD, we can lock in to fire a homing missile. The enemy shields are down, Captain. Ballistic weaponry excels at damaging the hull once shields are offline.
Easy money. Grab shot. Not like we're running anyway.
Congratulations on surviving your first Starship assault, Captain. We should search the wreckage for spare parts and other salvage. You will need to fly close to it before we can access the remains.
Oh, thank you. That is another one of my pet peeves. The key for looting is the key to get in and out of the seat.
Crimson Fleet ships are jumping into our location, Captain.
And the key to change targets. Just because my instinct is to hold the key to do a search, like in a lot of other games where you hold the key down to search the target, but that's what actually gets you out of the seat.
The amount of Crimson Fleet hostility has been far more than anticipated. At this rate, the odds of continual assault from their ships are high enough to jeopardize our mission. In short, they are after the frontier and will not stop. We will need to deal with the local Crimson Fleet captain. A recent scan indicates an abandoned facility on the nearby moon of Crete, a perfect staging area for pirates.
Yeah, I'm not going to open it just yet. Not until I've actually searched the ships. Or what's left of them. That's my destination over there. This is where I need to go. If I want to search the remains of the other ships, that is. 48 credits, some cobalt, and some monopropellant. That's not a bad haul. If I'm not mistaken, there's a project on the workbench that called for some monopropellant. Don't think I have enough components for it. Tantalum and nuclear fuel rods. Let's double check though. Wasn't what I wanted to do. Let's escape from that. I said, let's escape from that. Tetrafluorides. No. Okay. Not enough of anything. Okay. Now this is obviously the planet that we were just at, Vectera. And you can land anywhere on that planet if you want to. But we've got benzene, we've got nickel, we've got aluminum. Lots of aluminum. Yeah, if we weren't in the middle of a mission, essentially, we'd probably go back for some of that, because I know some of that's required for projects. A deserted ecliptic garrison. One-of-a-kind salvage. Wow. Okay, we need to travel to Crete. Podius, Griffiths, Magrath, Iberia, Andraphon, Sumati, Bipala. There we go. Oh, showed me. Gotcha. Yes, set a course to there.
We have arrived in orbit. The abandoned facility with our Crimson Fleet captain is on the surface.
And land at that Crete lab.
I'll follow you from here on out, Captain. According to the scanners, the abandoned research facility is in this direction.
What's the key for scanning? Hand scanner, F. Yeah. Scan creatures, minerals, and plants. Each unique item scanned progresses your survey data of the planet. The scanner mode also unlocks additional features such as building outposts and using social skills like diplomacy and intimidation. No, don't shoot the damn thing. Also, another thing about using your scanners, it'll occasionally show you the path you need to follow. Got some lead.
Be careful, Captain. Alien creatures are often unpredictable.
No. Inventory, please.
Prepare for combat. Another successful fight.
Med packs are hotkey, of course, by default. Oh, hello. I know something. It's not where I'm going, but I could.
The Crimson Fleet is a confederation of smaller, independent pirate crews, all flying under the same banner. They are typically unscrupulous and violent.
You receive 1 skill point to spend every time you level up. Each skill also unlocks a challenge. Complete the challenge and then spend a skill point to rank up the skill. The top row represents basic skills. The rows below are locked until you have spent a minimum number of skill points in that category. So, there's 5 categories of skills. You've got your physical, and there's fitness. That's what I was talking about. There's stealth, There's boxing, which is for unarmed attacks. Weightlifting, that's the one I was after. Right now, if I were to spend a skill point on that, that would increase my carrying capacity by 10 kilos. But eventually it's 100 kilos at rank 4. And you notice I have to spend 4 points on the tier 1 skills total. I don't have to spend 4 points in one skill, but I do have to spend a total of 4 points in the first tier skills to unlock the second tier skills. Then 4 more after that to get to the third tier, and 4 more after that to get to the bottom tier. You've got social. You've got your combat skills, and obviously I'm probably going to spend a few points here. Science. This is the tier for you if you want to eventually get into base construction, because there you go. Outpost engineering down on tier 3. But like, for example, astrodynamics, that's not a bad one. You need a jump range of, if and when we get into shipbuilding, you need a maximum, you need at least 28 light years, I think. I think they are using light years, but you need a jump distance of 28 to reach the most distant stars. Well, with astrodynamics, you can get away with having a shorter base jump distance in order to have a longer grav jump. Geology, which improves your ability to get common and uncommon inorganics. Medicine lets you restore health faster. Research methods reduces resources needed for research projects. And then you have tech. All of the bounty hunter skills are in tech. Targeting control systems, piloting, destroy 5 ships, and then boost jump 10 times while in combat. I can't boost jump because I don't have a boost pack, but once I do, I can start working on that challenge. But if you want to get into shipbuilding, that's in tech. Specifically down there, tier 3, starship design. Another one that you might want to spend a few points on is security. Anyone can hack a basic lock, but to hack the more advanced locks, you're going to need security.
Captain Han.
Protocol
Indigo dictates that I am to return to the Lodge with no deviations. We are here to stop the Crimson Fleet from pursuit. Nothing more.
By talking to your
Allow me
companions,
to assist you with carrying your items.
you can, by talking to your companions, for instance, I'm not going to use these. You can actually, for example, I've got 4 cutters, or 5 cutters. We'll trade 4 of them off. We've got our Eon. There, we'll let him carry all that. And just keep our cutter and our Eon on us. And then I don't have anything else I need to trade off to him at this point. Why is Barrett trusting me with the ship?
Barrett would say that billions of years ago, we were all one with the cosmos. So technically, you have known each other forever. But the more practical answer is likely that he needs you. The number of known people who have been affected by the artifacts is now 2. Without your investment in Constellation's mission, he may never know more about the experience you both share. So he is showing you trust in order to gain your support.
Just who are you and Barrett? What's Constellation?
Constellation is an explorers society founded over 50 years ago with the mission of seeking out the unknown. Members often engage in expeditions in small groups, typically 1 or 2 people, or, like Barrett and myself, 1 person and 1 robot. The membership is intentionally limited and small. Should you join Constellation yourself, you will be the 10th active member.
Why is this Crimson Fleet captain after Barrett?
I have often asked Barrett that same question at various times, and about various individuals that wanted to cause us harm. The most likely answer is that Barrett personally insulted him, typically by continuing to live, usually after escaping from certain death, and often with an object multiple people wanted.
But yeah, take advantage of your companion's ability to be pack mules for you. Vendor trash, phone cups. Vendor trash, folders. A con relay, however, I might take. I don't know why I just took that, but whatever. I'm gonna have to drop that succulent. I don't need a potted plant, thank you. But I'll worry about that when I hit my inventory limit. And another one of those pauses. Thank you. Bad people, bad jokes, part 2. Why did the chicken cross the road? Huh? What's a chicken? Knock knock. Who's there? Planet. Planet who? If I throw a party, will you help me plan it? How do you keep an idiot in suspense? Oh, come on, that one's an old one. How do you get a Freestar Collective hick out of a tree? Wave.
Curious, these are isolated colonies markings, but we are in Freestar Collective space. It then stands to reason that this was once a secret UC facility.
Gold pyramid sculpture, value 280. Might be worth a little something. The gravity paradigm. Truth is, what our scientists didn't know back then could fill volumes. The focus, of course, was on wormholes and not only creating, but maintaining a stable and sustainable Einstein-Rosen bridge. That was the goal, the endpoint. No one had even considered that maybe that was just the beginning. When we look at grav drive technology today, and the ease at which we fold space and travel light years in seconds, it's sometimes easy to forget the impossibility of what we've achieved. Dr. Josephine Inatu's seminal work continues for another 535 pages, and has become the most highly respected text on grav drives and grav jumping ever written. Thank God they didn't feel like giving us the whole 535 pages, huh? And yeah, I would tend to agree with you. As far as the too many pauses in the game. Oh, I can use that as a component in crafting. Grab it. Polytextile. toxin component in crafting. Red Rover, come over. Go ahead and take it. An excerpt from Lubov Song's novel, Red Rover, Come Over, an alternate history where autonomous robotic rovers gained sentience, replicated, and colonized Mars before humans could form colonies. Yeah, I don't blame you. Fortunately, I didn't have to buy the game since it's on Game Pass, but yeah, I wouldn't, if I had to pay for it, I wouldn't be buying it until after they released a few patches for it. My Life, Chunk by Chunk. Autobiography of Fred Blombart, founder of the Chunks Food franchise. More Digipics, definitely can always use them. Genetic sample bottles. Nah. Oh, hello. Heat leeches, huh? Wire spools. Scientist. I don't know what I just picked up. I didn't pay attention. Oh well. 80 credits there. History of Xenobiology. The first several chapters of Lars Nielsen's work seems to focus primarily on the digestive system of alien herbivores. And this is actually one of the backpacks. Increased energy and EM, increased thermal and corrosive, slightly less airborne radiation but let's go ahead and take it. Just because of the value of the thing. You notice that sometimes food items do have multiple effects. For example, a drink pack of water restores 3 health, and for the next 3 minutes, your actions use 20% less oxygen. So even though food doesn't heal nearly as much as a health pack, sometimes it's worth picking up the food for the secondary effects. Pickwick Papers, huh? The Posthumous Papers of the Pickwick Club, Chapter 1. Charles Dickens' first book about a man who establishes a society whose goal is to travel and research human life, became a phenomenon that established the author as one of the best of his day. And the main reason I'm picking up these books is both for the background, both for any potential lore, but also because it's got a good value to weight ratio. Full food spiced worms, guaranteed safe and loaded with protein. Yeah, sounds delicious, I guess. The Starlocked board game. Playing cards, a couple of dumbbells. A shielded lab outfit. Yeah, go ahead. It's an outfit I don't already have, so... And a blue lab outfit, sure, why not? Weapon rack. Some caseless, a Grendel, and another Eon. And more cartridges. Bandages. Might grab it just as a first aid item. Chunks chicken flavor. UC Battle Meal multi-pack. Restores 20 health and adds 8 kilograms to your carry capacity for 8 minutes, but look at the weight on that, 1.5. On the other hand, it does have a really good resale value, so I'll grab it anyway. Med pack and antibiotics, more ammo, some grenades. Probably not. I think...
I believe the enemy is nearby.
I believe the enemy is shooting at us, Fastbo. I'm not sure why either. But at any rate, as I was saying, I think they've learned their lesson about breaking the trash down for components. Besides which, you're talking about an entire... Okay, note to self. Survival packs can blow up.
For your center of mass.
Yes, thank you for telling them where you're aiming. As long as you aim for their center of mass and not mine.
We have lost them.
But no, seriously, I have...
Enemy activity in the area has ceased.
I've noticed that, Vasco. I can't help but poke fun at Vasco here. He's like, I believe the enemy is nearby. Whatever gave you that idea, Vasco? The bullets whizzing past my head? Oh, aluminum? Absolutely take it. Fiber? Sure, take it. Antimicrobial? Component in crafting? Sure. Sealant? Component in crafting? Sure. Analgesic? Yep. Wouldn't that be nice? And they have a pharmaceutical lab here that you can actually use. But this is for crafting stuff. For instance, if you have fiber and sealant, you can make bandages, membrane and antimicrobial, antibiotics, heal paste, immobilizer, injector, penicillin X, snake oil. I see they've also learned their lesson about calling something morphine. Because originally, that's the reason why Fallout 4, why Australia refused to give it a rating, was because Med X, or whatever it's called, was originally called morphine. And in the game files, it still is called morphine. They changed the name of it in order to get it past the rating system. Bleak House in Chancery. Considered by some experts to be the best novel Charles Dickens ever wrote, Bleak House is a scathing satire of the British judiciary system.
Captain, the enemy is here.
Don't come back!
Full food spiced worms. Yum, yum. Toxin for crafting. Take it. But yeah, I think, like I was trying to say before I got sidetracked, I think that Bethesda might have learned their lesson about needing to break down vendor trash for the raw components. Because, I mean, it's not like you're in a post-apocalyptic setting where everything is scarce. So there's really no point to do that here. Hayden Wynn, 2 Digipicks and some granola. Well, I'll take the Digipicks at least. Tell me, boost deep mining space helmet. Yeah, I'll take it. It's a rare item. An ammo case with nothing in it. Awesome.
I'm detecting a safe nearby. We could make use of whatever is inside, provided you had some digipicks and a disregard for personal property rights.
Well, fortunately, I do have a disregard for that. Dr. Wynn, emergency slate.
We're dead. We're all dead. The comms relay has been trashed. The whole room is trashed. We can't call for help. I can hear the terror morph roaring somewhere. And more people screaming. God.
Fill all open slots in every layer to open the lock. Select a key and rotate it until it lines up with the gaps in the security layer. Slot the key to fill in the gaps. Each key can only be used once. So you see I've got 5 digipicks. And it might take more than one to unlock a certain layer. Like this one lines up with those 3. So we'll slot that one. And then slot that one. Slot that one. And we don't have the pick we need for that one. So we can't pick it. Yes. Got it. 150 credits, another digipick to replace the one I lost, and a reactive gauge that can be used in component crafting. Science crate. Wow. Nice. Lacerate modified Grendel. Credits. 7.77 millimeter caseless. Structural material and sealant. Nice. You know, now that I think about it, it's probably time to check my inventory. I'm getting really close to my mass limit. See, I've got a standard Grendel. Not very good damage there. This is a lacerate modified Grendel that, look at the value on that, 3,314. Plus 30% damage in space, minus 15% damage on a planet. Lacerate randomly applies a bleed effect to the target. And we've got the disassembler modified Coachman, which is a shotgun. 20% extra damage against robots. So those two we are absolutely keeping. Whether or not we're keeping them on us, I don't know. But oh, the Pirate Survival Pack is a basic boost pack. Wear it. And then we can replace our helmet with an O2 boosted deep mining helmet, which is 20% more oxygen capacity. Wear it. We can change our outfit. We can get an Argos Extractor jumpsuit, blue lab outfit, leather streetwear, a shielded lab outfit, or some utility headphones. Which doesn't add anything to damage resistance, but eh. Throwables, go ahead and equip the frag grenades. Bourbon. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and use that. And use that. Butcher's Best Ham, made from Synthameat, the Settled System's premier synthetic meat product.
While I am programmed for combat, it is not commencing item exchange protocols.
Okay. Let's go to my inventory. I'm not worried about that because these don't have a whole lot of weight, but okay, that'll help.
You gotta be kidding me. The Frontier has a new captain? You working with Barrett, or did you pry the ship keys out of his cold, dead hands?
You'll find out when I shoot you. What's your problem with Barrett anyway?
We don't have a problem with Barrett. We want that ship, the Frontier. If you're the captain of it now, that means we're after you. Oh, no. You see, Maybe your colleague Barrett didn't tell you, but there's a bit of a legend surrounding that ship. That constellation keeps treasure hidden in the cargo bays, the loot from 100 planets, and it's going to be ours.
That statement is partially correct. The Frontier has been to many planets and moons, but the only things held in the cargo bays are spare parts, dust, desiccated food particles, and a variety of species of ant.
I don't care what kind of lies Barrett programmed that robot to say. We're taking that ship. You're not talking us out of this score.
To persuade a person, you need to make successful choices. Obviously, I don't have any points in persuade anyway. Choices can range from kind words to distractions to threats. Each choice has a difficulty. The higher the difficulty, the greater the chance the choice fails, but the more points you'll earn when you succeed. You have a limited number of choices you can make, but you can never fail if your last choice succeeded. I just made it past your entire crew. You really want to try your luck against me? But you notice the color by it as well.
So you got past a few rooks. Who cares?
You have it wrong. Constellation is an explorers group. They aren't treasure hunters.
Don't give me that. I know that ship is stocked with loot.
You're chasing a fairy tale.
No, that can't be right.
Oh, hey, I succeeded. Look, you can come aboard the Frontier right now. See for yourself. There's nothing on it.
You mean that, don't you? You really haven't found anything on board?
Neither of us wants to risk the worst happening.
This isn't getting us anywhere. I've heard enough out of you. Kill them!
Barrett and the Crimson Fleet have something of a history. They always assume he is a treasure hunter in possession of valuable objects. They are wrong. Usually.
Yeah, that tends to happen when people get shot.
Exterior damaged. In combat, there is a high likelihood of human death.
Furious rescue axe, hey.
prioritizing our deaths over your own survival. We should now be free to travel to Constellation's headquarters without Crimson Fleet interference.
And once you've explored a place, you can immediately return to the ship. But I'm thinking, come on. Go on ahead and go over here and find out what this unknown is. Since we're here. Outlands. Can I not get this stuff? In other words, stay back. Either that or there has to be another way of collecting that stuff that I don't have yet. Another one of their pirate ships? Sure, go ahead and land back at the base. I don't care. I'm not anywhere near the base. Another one of those long pauses. Oh, and you notice down in the lower left corner, gravity is about half of Earth's, and it has 18% oxygen. Just as a side note, that's breathable. Barely. Any worse, if that oxygen was any lower, you'd be wearing that helmet. I mean, it's either that or pass out. Yeah, you do. Because I don't think you guys want to watch me doing nothing but this for hours. A weapon case? Hello. Let's go see if we can take a look. Let's back away from that. In that crate.
Whoa, you! Get lock and load.
Before you lock and load, dear, you actually have to have a gun. I really don't know how she thought she was going to lock and load an axe. Oh, no. Well, I can sell that. Oh, circuit boards? Well, if only I knew whether or not those were worth anything. Reactor gauge, yeah, I'll take it. Red pack, absolutely take it because we're going to use it. Helmet display. Another deep mining space helmet. Don't need it. We got one already. How the heck do I crouch? If I can crouch. Oh, sneak, left control, probably. Nope. That's...
Turn around and leave. Messing with the police. Oh, crap.
And of course it's unknown because it sent me all the way back here. And there's another unknown over there, too. Note that, contrary to what they said, you really cannot explore the whole planet. It's just not something you can do. Apparently that is how you scan the animals. You kill them and take a sample. Starfield's kind of like joining the Marines. Visit far-off places, meet strange people, kill them. And then, of course, for the plants, you just take samples from them. See, it just went from 25% scan to 38% scan. Yeah, I can see me doing a lot of this off camera. Actually, I am going to go ahead and pose a question here. Normally I would wait on this until the very end of the stream to ask. So, question. Do I continue with this, or do I go stream something else until they release a couple 100 gigabyte patch to fix the performance problems? Station, huh? There we go. I can get the next level of boost pack training if I want.
I need backup here!
There we go. Okay, instead of being blue, they turn green when they're 100% scanned. So you know that you've 100% scanned it. Good.
Violence significantly.
Hit someone right in their boost pack. It's not my ship, but do you mind if I look around? Not like you're going to find much in the back of a drop ship, but... What's another unexplored space? Over this way? Okay. No, not a problem. Yes, actually, I think I can. That's something I forget to do, and I tend to rely too much on the autosave. Alright, I'll go check out this one unknown that's only about 300 meters away, and then we'll return to the ship. Oh, I thought I'd already killed it. Great. There we go. 100% scanned there. Lots of unknowns here, but let's fast travel to the ship. So like I said, once the stream is over, do you think I should continue with this, Or do you think I should wait for a performance patch? Because it needs one.
Captain Hahn. To reach the launch, we must jump to the planet Jemison in the Alpha Centauri system, and then land in the city of New Atlantis.
But first, I do want to check my
Don't worry,
research
this
station.
will all become second nature before too long.
Well, let's see. I couldn't collect any tetrafluorides. And we don't have enough. Well, we do have the antimicrobial and aluminum. Oh, wait. Let's see. Why do I have the feeling I have to transfer this to... And you notice that's more than 25 out of my fuel. One of the early mods that you'll be wanting to make into your ship, once you actually have the skill to do so, is to actually put a bigger fuel tank on it. Even if you're not going to build an entire ship, put a bigger fuel tank on it.
Starship Frontier, this is United Colony Security. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned. Scan complete. No contraband detected. You are cleared for landing at New Atlantis. Yeah, keep yowling, Nix. I'm not letting you in tonight. Because last night, Nix decided to play ping pong with her human. She's like, meow, I want in. She gets her water, meow, I want out. Then she hears the microwave, meow, I want in. Oh, you're not eating anything that I want, meow, I want back out. Then she heard the microwave again and wanted back in. And I think she went in and out about. She went in and out again about 5 times in 10 minutes. So I'm like, no, you can stay out there until you learn not to do that.
Roscoe! What, no Barrett? Let me guess. Protocol Indigo again? And here's your new captain. My crew can take a look at your ship, and you can stop by the Trade Authority kiosk if you need to offload some cargo. I would try the viewport. It'll be on your left once you get into the plaza.
Where did you say I could sell things?
The Trade Authority runs a vending kiosk next to my booth. It's just off to the side, near the ramp. Besides that, Jemison Mercantile is your closest shop if you're looking for a bit of everything. That's further in, past the security checkpoint. Sure, have at it.
Shipbuilder allows you to fully design, modify, and paint your ship. I can only use Class A equipment because that's what the shipbuilder's skill is for. You need that if you're going to get Class B or Class C equipment. But until you increase your piloting skill, you can't use a Class B or Class C ship. See, here's your construction system. You can pull them off, snap them back in. Let's see. That's your Nova docker, by the way. You need to have a docker if you're going to dock to another ship in space. So you're gonna want one. And of course you need landing gear. You need a cockpit, that's a necessary installation. And see, that's your most basic tank. But again, it's not going to let me actually modify it other than maybe... I don't think it's going to let me modify this one. And of course, you've got to have a grav drive. You've got to have a reactor. I would love to get a better reactor on this too. But every part has health because you can actually target subsystems. And you've got and it adds to the overall hull points too. Like for instance, you notice that the cockpit adds 5 hull points. Each of your landers adds 2 hull points. Your reactor is where most of your hull comes from. 310 added to your hull points. And of course, shield generators and stuff like that. Ship upgrade mode allows you to make improvements to your ship without needing to worry about where modules should be placed. Some upgrades may have level or skill requirements. Multiple upgrades can be made and their costs will be added up at the end of the session. So this is just your straight up... See, that was the shipbuilder. This is just the upgrade thing. So if I want to upgrade these, right now I've got White Dwarf 2010 engines. And I don't think it's going to let me upgrade anything right now, again. Because I don't have the... Either because I don't have the shipbuilder skill or whatever, but you notice the jump range is 16 and the flight crew is 2. So this is basically a shuttlecraft for just you and Vasco.
Oh, you can't upgrade the shield generator at this point. Okay, I see what it is. Yeah, you can upgrade the let's see. Can I? Yeah, there's the 20S protector, which I've got, or which I can get for $37.19. It upgrades it to max power 4 and max health 355. I don't want to buy that just yet because I only have, 3,000 credits. Can I upgrade the missile launcher? Sure, I can replace it with like a CEO-9 missile launcher or a laser. I'll give it some thought. It's not super bad, it's just annoying to have all those pauses when I'm trying to do something. Yeah, see, for 1,000 I can upgrade my laser to the Flare 15 megawatt laser, which has 250, I guess that's kilometers or meters of extra range, and increases the shield damage. So I might consider that upgrade at some point. It's only 1,000. I would love to get that upgrade, but I can't afford it just yet. The Stellarator reactor to increase power generated to 16. Also gives me more hull points.
Everything looks good here. I'll be at my booth if you need me.
Do you require assistance with your items?
Yes, I require you to give me those items that you're holding on to for me. While you're encumbered, it'll drain your oxygen a lot faster. But that's okay because I'm not here to... Let's see. Sell 4 more cutters.
You have picked up too much matter and become over-encumbered.
Yeah, no crap. Sell all 5 of those. Sell the Kraken. Sell all 7 of those. All 5 of those. Okay, that did pretty well. I've got 11,000 credits now, so I made about 4,000 credits off of what I've looted so far. Another one of those pauses.
I can assure you this unprovoked attack on a United Colonies research facility will not go unanswered. We'll get you settled into your new assignments as soon as possible.
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep... Okay, no bounty. You're clear. Enjoy your visit.
Coincidentally, if you build up a bounty in one region, like let's say you build up a bounty in the United Colonies, you can go to one of the other territories to pay off that bounty, and you're probably going to want to because security will try to arrest you on sight if you go to one of the planets belonging to the other factions. I mean, belonging to a faction that has a bounty on it.
This is New Atlantis Transit, or the NAT. It provides free transportation throughout the city. We can take it directly to the Mast District.
Terra Brew Coffee, Jemison Mercantile, the Viewport Tavern. Well, Terra Brew Coffee, Jemison Mercantile, and the Viewport Tavern are all at the spaceport. Centurion Arsenal and Reliant Medical and Chunks and CJ's are all in the residential district. The Sanctum Universum Church, the Freestar Collective Embassy, and the House of Haroon Embassy are all here in the mast. Here I thought that was an elevator or something. No, it's just a storage room.
The water is quite aesthetically pleasing, or so Barrett has told me.
Yeah, sure, let's run around with my gun out, you'd think. You'd think that it would force you to keep that holstered.
New Atlantis relies on advanced hydroelectrics for most of its power.
That's because in Ambassador Radcliffe's head, the Freestar
Reminds me, let's go ahead, since we've got 2 levels, go to skills. And actually going ahead and unlock weightlifting. See, we can upgrade to rank 2 if we wanted to. Using a boost pack expends less fuel, and it will give me another challenge before I can unlock rank 3. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, it does start at rank 1. Sprint for 1,000 meters while at 75% or more of your maximum load capacity. Yeah, I can do that. Commerce is what you use for improved buying and selling, but I think I want better persuasion, actually. And there's my 2 skill points spent.
We may be in a United Colonies city, but Constellation is an entirely neutral entity, and always has been.
Well, I suppose there is one way to holster your weapon. Unequip the thing.
Here we are, the lodge. The front door should unlock if you hold up the watch that Barrett gave you. I have messaged the other members of Constellation. They will be waiting.
I'll also add that the cities actually feel like cities. You know, I mean, I'm sure you've seen games where you're supposed to be in a big city like Los Angeles or some other fictional city.
Captain Hahn.
And the city feels...
Everyone will be in the library, just inside.
And the city feels practically empty because there's like so few people.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about. Would you care to tell us what happened to our friend? Why you're here and he isn't?
Pirates attack. Barrett asked me to deliver the artifact.
I see. Vasco, verify.
All statements made have been factual.
This is just typical. Barrett hands over our ship and our robot to some random employee of that discount mining outfit he uses.
Walter.
And if we hadn't insisted on installing those emergency protocols, I guarantee you this rock breaker here would be halfway to Neon.
But that didn't happen. He's here with the artifact.
Thank you, Matteo. Now, let's focus on what's in front of us, shall we? What happened when it was extracted? Did anyone see anything? Hear anything?
And yes, he did just say the name. And now, of course, obviously, he's not pronouncing it the way we would. If I wanted, you know, it's not. He's pronouncing it Han, not Han. But if we wanted him to pronounce it that way, we would have had to spell it, you know, like H-A-H-N or something like that.
We think it's anyone else who pulls one out of the rock for the first time. Why? We're not sure yet. So if you wouldn't mind adding another data point.
It was bright lights and music.
Interesting. Similar to Barrett's description of the experience, with less embellishment.
Are you hearing this? Do you all believe me now?
Whether it happened or not wasn't in doubt. But honestly, Country, if you expect us to believe in fairy tales...
If this is the greatest mystery in the universe, why couldn't it be part of the ultimate mystery?
Gentlemen, can we please focus? Noel.
Oh, hey, Constellation Guide 1. Reduce fall damage by 5%. Yes, I'm taking that.
We know the artifacts react to each other. The pieces we already have move when they're in close contact. Now, if we add this new one to the two we already have...
The artifact. If you could place it on the table here.
That's it. Just like the others.
And to imagine, we thought there were only 2 of them at first.
Oh my god, that's it. They're reacting. Look at how it's coming together. That energy that's arcing between them, no manufactured material in the settled systems can do that. None of them. This proves that.
Easy, girl. Breathe. You'll have a heart attack.
She's not the only one. If they're coming together, that means there's a set.
Built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
Still 2,000 credits for our little wager, Country?
You're on, Walter.
Well, if we had all the answers, it wouldn't be exciting, now would it?
Not to take away from the moment, but what are we going to do about our new friend here?
So, are you ready to get to work? See if exploration is the life you want to lead in this little universe of ours?
You want me in Constellation? What does that mean and what's expected?
We're all here because we're committed to exploring space. Humanity may have settled the stars, but that doesn't mean we should stop diving into the unknown.
I'd agree with that.
Beyond that, you'll be expected to use your own judgment, just like the rest of us.
How much do you know about the artifacts? What are they?
Individually, they're just odd hunks of metal. Another oddity from the uncharted reaches of space. As to what they are, what they're building, well, you'll be part of solving that puzzle now.
All right, I'm in.
You should take some time to get settled in. Introduce yourself to everyone. Some of our members aren't here, but you'll meet them soon. Come find me when you're ready. You and I are going to be doing some traveling together. Get your feet wet. And here, I think you've earned something for bringing the artifact to us. In addition to credits, why don't we set you up with a backpack with some boost capability? You'll need it out in the field anyway. Just mind your head.
400 XP for this part of the Constellation pack I added. So how does that hold up? Let's see. Yeah, Constellation pack weighs a little more, has less corrosive, but has way more thermal and EM and physical. So yeah, it's a little bit better. And let's check our skills. Well, I'll think of what I want to put in eventually.
I know everyone's excited by the artifacts, but we need to be as objective as possible and be aware of possible negative effects. That was intense, wasn't it? The artifacts, I mean. Sorry, this must all be a little overwhelming for you right now. I guess a lot overwhelming, now that I think about it. I'm Noelle. It's really nice to meet you. And thank you for bringing the artifact to us.
The vision I saw, what do you think that was?
Oh, right, that. If we're approaching this rationally, I suppose we'd call them visual and auditory hallucinations. What you perceived as lights and music could be overloaded neural input, your brain's attempt to make sense of something. An energy surge, some other phenomenon.
Barrett saw something too?
He did. At the time, well, it's Barrett. We weren't sure if he was kidding around. Clearly, he wasn't.
Whatever I saw and heard, it wasn't coming from me.
Unfortunately, that's what a lot of people report in these situations. I'm not saying you didn't really see anything, just that it's really hard to determine after the fact. That's okay. Now that this has happened to both you and Barrett, we can know to maybe expect it in the future. Be a little more prepared. We're all in this together now, right?
I was wondering about other types of exploration. Well, actually, how long have you been working on all this?
Well, Constellation's been around forever, more than 50 years now.
Yes, that's
But we only
forever.
became aware of the
Sure.
artifacts recently. Barrett discovered the first one about 2 years ago, right under our noses. And he was the one who got this all in motion. It's a shame he isn't here to see this.
I was wondering about other types of exploration work besides the
Of
artifacts.
course. There's plenty of planets out there that no one has ever set foot on, and everything we learn about them is valuable. We have a board where we post anything specific we're looking for. A type of alien flora or fauna, or a planet with a specific quality, like if it's primed to have life but doesn't yet.
Okay, new activity, check out the Constellation mission board. You seem to know a lot about these artifacts.
Oh gosh, no, I mean that's flattering, but really, we're making this up as we go. Until you arrived, we only had the two, and the vaguest sense that there was something more at work. There's still so much we don't know, and that means a lot of work ahead of us.
Let me know how I can help you learn more.
Well, right now nothing's off the table. Metallurgical analysis, chemical composition, I'm looking at everything. One thing I'm really trying to improve is my overall database of xenobiology. I don't know if it will help in this case, but the more we know about, well, everything, the better off we are, right? Speaking of, if you're gonna be out there looking for more artifacts, you're bound to come across some interesting specimens. Anything organic, I'd be happy to take it off your hands.
How would organic resources help with learning about the artifacts?
I can't be certain that they will, but more data points are always a good thing. I don't want to rule out anything that could provide a breakthrough. And if it sweetens the deal, I can pay. Pretty well, too. Walter's pockets may not be bottomless, but they are pretty deep.
I've got some organic resources for you.
Okay, let's take a look.
So I can sell all this stuff. Question is, do I want to? Well, she doesn't... I can buy more fiber, lubricant, and sealant from her, so that's nice. Sarah said something about a place for me to stay.
Planning on sticking around then? Good. I think we can find a spot for you. And along the way, I can give you the very abbreviated tour. Walter, I hope I'm not overstepping here, but you don't seem to spend much time at home. How is that not a problem for your wife?
That is a rather personal question, but I'll indulge it. Apparently, I've become rather cranky when I'm not able to participate in Constellation's little adventures. My darling Issa has concluded that it is in both of our best interests if I can spend my time working from the lodge as often as possible.
Wow. All right. Whatever works for the two of you, I guess.
Sarah's the best possible person to be running Constellation at a time like this. Focused, no nonsense, and dedicated. Well, I suppose calling you a rock breaker may have been a bit out of line.
I've been called worse.
Still doesn't excuse it. My frustrations lie more with Barrett. Not the first time his shenanigans have jeopardized one of our ventures. Not fair of me to take it out on you, especially since it would seem he made the right call this time. So, let's start over, shall we? Walter Stroud, CEO of Stroud Eklund, member of Constellation, and oft-times grumpy old man. Welcome aboard.
Glad to be here.
By the way, in addition to a place to stay, the Lodge has a wealth of modification and research equipment. Spacesuit customization, pharmaceutical manufacturing, testing alien substances, the whole thing. You can even fashion industrial pieces for large-scale projects, if you don't mind extracting a few raw resources from a nearby planet, that is. I'm a fan of self-reliance, so I encourage you to make use of the tools we have to build what you need.
What kind of company is Stroud Eklund?
We're most well known for ship manufacture. No expense spared. If you want the best and can afford it, you choose Stroud Eklund. Unfortunately, our success means you'll sometimes see Stroud Eklund ship modules on less than reputable vessels. They covet them. The bastards. I've tried to convince the United Colonies we can help in that regard, but they're married to Deimos Star Yards, and those old salts are stuck in the glory days.
Do you think the vision I had means anything?
Up until very recently, I'd likely have dismissed it as, I don't know, hallucinations. But now, I'm not sure what to think. I don't suppose you have a history of this sort of thing, do you?
I've never seen anything like that in my life.
Yes, I imagined as much. Barrett expressed something similar, in his own unique way. I'm no scientist. I leave that to the likes of Barrett and young Noel there. But I think we can all agree there's something unusual going on here. Frankly, this is the most exciting thing that's happened in years.
What's your role in Constellation?
Me? Why, I'm the wallet. Someone has to fund all this, and all my success in business doesn't mean much if I can't put it to good use.
Congratulations, Walter. I like you better now.
I don't pretend to have the daring of Ms. Morgan, or the smarts of young Mateo, but I can make sure that they have the resources they need. And, as you've now seen, those resources aren't being wasted. We're onto something big here.
This isn't where I'd expect to find a CEO.
Funny thing about companies, you build one sturdy enough, it doesn't need you there all the time to prop it up. Stroud Eklund functions quite well on a day-to-day basis, leaving me time to devote to more esoteric pursuits. For years, I was captivated by the writings of Constellation's founder, Sebastian Banks. I finally decided to do something more than admire from a distance, and so now I call the Lodge home, as much as anywhere else.
Not only that, but someone who actually does something with his money, other than, you know, make his own wallet fatter, and doesn't micromanage. Now, granted, some of the managers who work for him might micromanage, but he doesn't. I've had that before. I've worked for companies where all the management, all the way up to the CEO, was looking over your shoulder. It sucks.
Until next time.
I feel like I've been waiting my whole life for this. Constellation, the artifacts. That doesn't sound crazy, does it? Are you doing okay? I'm not sure anyone really asked yet. Don't want you to think we're focused on the artifacts and nothing else. You matter too. You've done something really significant bringing that artifact here. I'm Mateo, theological scholar by trade, but now, well, an explorer like you. It's really good to have you with us.
What brought you to Constellation?
Well, there was some overlap in interests. I'd spent years searching for religious relics from human history. I had made a really incredible discovery, only to lose it to a greedy corporation. So I tried to steal it back. In the process, I met Walter. Turned out he owned the corporation. After a long talk, we realized we had a lot in common, and I was invited to join Constellation.
My line or his? Unfortunately, I was turned a little bit away from the mic, and since this mic is so directional...
I'm not gonna lie, I really wish I could have seen this for myself. It's hard to judge otherwise. Both you and Barrett saw something. I don't think that's a coincidence. Did it feel like it was trying to tell you something? I don't want to necessarily use the words divine revelation, but, you know, if the label fits.
All I know is I've never experienced anything like it.
That sure lines up with everything else about these artifacts. It's all connected. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. We just need more data, which means more artifacts.
These artifacts all came out of caves?
Second one was on Kazal, buried the same as the one you found. But the first one, right under our noses for years, sitting in storage, masquerading as an oversized paperweight. Can you imagine potentially the greatest discovery in human history collecting dust? Take care of yourself.
Stolen. Any sacred relics recently?
You know what? I'm not at full health, so I'm gonna eat your damn sandwich.
Maybe this one will turn out better than the last time.
What can I help you with?
Report on Constellation, huh? The following is an excerpt from a 2283 SSNN news report about Constellation's near collapse. And although Constellation's relevance has been a subject of much debate among the new Atlantis intelligentsia, the disappearance of founder Sebastian Banks was a blow most felt the organization couldn't survive. In fact, Constellation's disbanding seemed imminent until member Chloe Bao changed her vote in the 11th hour, thus ensuring the group's continued operation at least for the time being, as well as her unexpected appointment to the position of chair. And a cred stick. Yeah, I'll take your 174 credits. And 163, and 162, and 155. Sebastian Banks' speech. An excerpt of Constellation founder Sebastian Banks' speech to United Colonies leadership. That is why, my esteemed peers, I beseech you, do not forgo the dreams of humanity only to plunge civilization into an endless nightmare. The settled system stands once more on the brink of war, and for what? A dispute over space? The cosmos is infinite, and yet, like our earthbound ancestors, we have been selfishly obsessed over what we consider ours. At our core, are we a race of conquerors? Of warriors? No, my friends. If nothing else, humans are explorers. So let us continue exploring. Now is the time to venture beyond the imagined borders of the settled systems and fulfill the dreams of humanity. For if we continue down this path, funding only war and not exploration, I fear there will be no one left to remember why we fought in the first place. He's probably got a good point there.
love that kind of space. Unintended.
Aja Mamasa's diary. Seems like just yesterday I was pulled into this exciting new organization. We would push the boundaries of human knowledge and experience by exploring further into space than anyone had before. For all, into the Starfield. God, I was so young. We all were, but I was the youngest of us all. Now here we are on the brink of disaster. The colony war may be over, but the settled system seems to be just waiting for the next one. Exploration is now, at best, quaint, and at worst, irrelevant. Fortunately, and it was no small feat, I've managed to put together a list of potential new members. They are Irvin Madani, a young biologist from the Freestar Collective, Barrett, a promising young physicist from the UC, Alice Campbell, woman of action and pilot, claims to have flown every type of ship at least once, Russell Luther, astronomer and former Freestar Collective military, argumentative but effective, Isola Chen, philosopher and historian, Gentile Min, dedicated to finding truth among the stars. Neon Hitman rumors are troubling. With any luck, this new blood will be just what Constellation needs to keep going. Okay. Report on the Clark Lewis. It's Chloe Bow's extensive 2282 report on the destruction of the colony ship, lost in the year 2257. Yeah, I don't think we're going to find much in the bathroom. Sir Malcolm Livingstone's second journal. Oh. And that's another reason you should read everything in this game, because that just opened up another thing about visiting a site on the moon. Earth's moon, that is. Well, it wants me to craft something as part of one of my quests, so let's craft something. Apparently it wants me to craft a little bit more than that, but we'll worry about that some other time. White wine, plus 10% persuasion, minus 15% O2 recovery for 3 minutes. Someone likes oatmeal. And weightlifting. Storage closet. Chandra Chardonnay. Well, half a kilo for 380 credits. Yeah, I think I'll steal his alcohol. Oh, that's my alcohol anyway, because this is the only unowned bed so far. So that probably means that this is the bed I'm meant to sleep in. Plus the fact that you have this transfer here. cooking stations. Well, I can't make anything here because I don't have... Basically, I don't have bread. Hey, let's make an alien sandwich. But see, this is what I'm talking about, how some of the recipes are worth carrying around. Like this, it's not about the 5 health, it's about the plus 75 energy resistance for the next 5 minutes. Or the alien scramble, the plus 75 damage resistance. I just need an egg. And that leads back out to New Atlantis. So does that.
You could have done just about anything.
I am at your service,
it's
Captain.
important to me that you feel valued here. So, are you ready to get to work? Or was there something else?
What do you know about the artifacts?
Not much, but you've seen them for yourself. It doesn't take a lot to realize we're dealing with something extraordinary. Just what that is, we'll have to figure out. It's what we do.
How well known is Constellation?
I don't know what you've heard, but I can imagine. First of all, I think you can dismiss any stories about us no longer existing. I don't believe in smearing our name everywhere we can. Exploring the universe, charting the unknown, that's what counts. Besides, having a little mystery gives us room to maneuver. A fixed reputation could fence us in a lot of ways.
What is Constellation? What do you do?
We're explorers. Humanity has always hunted for knowledge in the unknown. We just take that a little more seriously than others. We were founded decades ago by a man named Sebastian Banks. He wanted a small group of people from all corners of the settled systems dedicated to the biggest question of all. What's out there? These artifacts could be everything we've been looking for. Another great secret the universe is asking us to unravel.
I'm ready.
We're going to be doing some old-fashioned detective work. The artifacts are relatively inert once they're out of bedrock. That means people can pass them around, not even knowing what they are. I've been letting my contacts know to be on the lookout for strange metal objects. Get back a lot of noise, usually, but a tip from the UC Vanguard sounds promising.
Other people have artifacts?
We have to assume that we're not the only ones to have stumbled into this mystery. But most people aren't going into space looking for the unknown. They're looking for places to settle, resources to extract, territory to defend. An odd-looking rock or a single strange hunk of metal wouldn't mean much to them. That's why Constellation exists, in a way, to put pieces like this together.
The UC Vanguard?
A volunteer force that helps defend the edges of United Colonies space. They're always looking for recruits. Lots of retired veterans and dangerous professionals mixed in with part-timers who barely have a laser cannon welded to a hull. My contact is in the recruiting office, so he hears a lot about what the volunteers are up to.
Legwork never pays off quite the way you expect.
You've done this before, eh? Wise words. If we watch each other's backs, we'll be fine. But it's not just that. I want to take this opportunity to see how you handle yourself, and for you to learn more about us. I'm going to be sticking with you for this. We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry.
Sarah will be locked as your follower if you continue. What do I get out of this anyway? Constellation have a salary?
You mean besides the ship, the robot, and a place to stay all rent-free? We do have some funds we can disperse from time to time. Not to mention, I think we can get you a proper suit. We're explorers. We keep a lot of equipment on hand for that purpose. So the more you work with us, the more we can share what we have.
Got it. You and me until we get that artifact.
We'll need to head to Mast. Check in with the Vanguard recruiting office where my contact works. And listen, whatever you were before, or whatever you do once you're out there, I don't care. So long as you don't bring UC security to our doorstep. Every member of Constellation is their own conscience. Understood?
What do you mean? You don't care if I steal as long as I don't get caught?
I mean, Constellation has a roster of members who haven't always been on the right side of their respective society. We're risk takers. Some of us have seen the inside of a jail cell more than once. If you join us, it means you're committed to our mission. In exchange, we give you latitude in your choice of means.
Understood.
Good. Let's take a little stroll through New Atlantis, shall we?
Sarah can't be dismissed until...
I hope you are satisfied with the quarters available to you.
Anyway, Carrie, if you're talking about the guy who is the corporate CEO, good question. I mean, it is possible that he's just hoping the artifacts will lead him to something that'll, you know, put his company at #1 or something like that. But I don't know. He seems a little bit more honest than that to me. Let's check our missions and our activities. See your parents at Pioneer Tower. Visit the Apollo landmark on Luna. Complete a research project. Check the Constellation mission board. Show that on the map. I think that's the place I just came from. Yep. So, where is this mission board? Because I want to see what's on it.
Look at this place. It's just as we left it. You know, I've often wondered
who keeps the lodge so meticulously clean. Yeah, but where the heck? Should have known there was more to it than that. The weapons workbench. Interesting. What kind of stuff can I make here? I I guess I have to research mysteries. Don't have the titanium for that. Most definitely have the compensator for that. Interesting. Lighter stock for quicker aim down sight speed and better stability. Interesting. What about my Eon? Don't have the chlorosilanes or the adhesive for the reflex sight. Damn it, don't have the polymer for the suppressor. I like to have a suppressed pistol. Maybe it's just me. Drum magazine, explosive rounds, large magazine, which we do have. Reduces my aim down sight and reload speed. Oh, and it requires the magazine and battery mods research. Gotcha. Tactical magazine. It's a lightweight mag. We'll go ahead and install that.
I'd hate to be on the receiving end of that weapon now.
If I had the helium-3 and neon, I can install a basic laser sight attachment. Interesting. Binary trigger, burst fire, semi-automatic is the default. And of course, apparently there are skins available for these. Industrial workbench to create basic manufactured components. So, adaptive frame, austenitic manifold, isocenter magnet, monopropellant. The Constellation Mission Board. Locate extinction event in Alpha Tyrna. Locate frozen ecosystem in Alpha Andraste. Locate gaseous font in Olympus. Locate solar storm seasons in Captain Star. Captain. Okay. Survey Antharum in Cheyenne. Okay, I just wanted to know what was there. I'll accept some of those later, maybe. Another cooking station. Pharmaceutical labs. And me, of course, stealing everything that's not nailed down. Okay. Check the constellation pot. Oh, hey. I can install an oxygen reserve in my boost pack, which gives me 10% more oxygen capacity. And if I researched pack mods, I could even put in things like regeneration. Interesting. 4 slots in this one. Extra shielding, have to research. Ballistic shielding, if I had cosmetic, whatever that is, I could install ballistic shielding for extra damage resistance. What about the suit? 4 slots again. Same mods. Basically different level types of resistance. Okay. Well, that's what I wanted to see in here. See your parents at at Pioneer Tower. Might as well visit the parents, see what that's like, because I did pick that particular quote-unquote flaw. Also, still missing materials for any research. That's annoying.
Anything I can help?
Oh, the vendor doesn't have enough credits to give me the full price for that. Okay. I'll have to find another vendor to sell those other books. Because each vendor in the game has a limited number of credits. And once you get to that point, and once it's used all those credits, once you've sold it enough, you won't be able to sell any more to it. I'm not sure if that's ever, or if it's just until a certain amount of time has
Sergeant, you'll be looking
passed.
for reliable people to help the guard. Contact them if you're interested. We'd all appreciate it.
Security scanners, chemical sniffers. United Colonies sure isn't taking any chances.
Talk to Sergeant Yumi? Who's Sergeant Yumi?
Ever wonder how the Crimson Fleet seems to be?
Contrary to what you might have heard, UC security personnel are good people.
Well, that's fine, but please don't steal the... Okay, it didn't.
And Sergeant Yumi just happens to be an old friend. Ah, I've always liked that statue. It's beautiful, isn't it? I wonder what the artist was trying to represent.
Talk to Representative Chisholm.
I've flown across most of the settled systems in all manners of spacecraft, and yet I still get sick on the map.
Yes. We'll just have to see. Like I said, I'm totally blind from okay, I guess I was supposed to get on there and go to the residential area.
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep moving. Okay.
Coincidentally, if you do want to get into contraband, which has a really good value to it, but if you do want to get into contraband, there are cargo holds specifically for that. Pioneer Tower this way.
Hello.
What? Well, I'll be. Honey, we got ourselves a visitor. I'll get the coffee brewing.
Oh, my God. Oh, you about gave me a heart attack.
Not that we're not thrilled to see you, son, but I thought you were under contract with Argos Extractors. Is everything all right?
Don't assume it's bad news. I got a big promotion.
Now. It's just with our family. The news isn't always great, but Constellation? Is this one of those candid camera vids? A joke?
My child is a member of Constellation. I just knew you were special. Didn't I always say that? That you were meant for great things? Great things.
Every mom says their kid is special, but I guess you were right.
Oh, say again? I should record that and play it back. Mom, you were right. Oh, but you didn't give me any notice. If I'd known, I'd have your favorite meal in the oven. And your room is just a mess. Although that's how you left it.
Easy, honey. Let the boy catch his breath. Why don't you settle in? You know you're always welcome.
And when you mean settle in, you mean rob you blind of anything that might actually have some decent value to it. Don't you just love that? Right shoe and left shoe, and they're individual items. His high school backpack. Sure, why not? Backpack note from Mom. I patched up your old high school backpack, good as new. There's so many pockets in there. One of them had an old apple and, well, it's clean now. If you haven't removed that apple since high school, yeah. Can you say applesauce? Rotten applesauce, but still. Oh, hello. Antique toy motorcycle worth 655 credits. Yoink.
Constellation sounds magical, like a storybook. I still can't get over you being here. And it's not even Mother's Day. So, I gotta ask, is there anyone special in your life? With you being in Constellation now, I imagine you are quite the catch.
Nothing to report yet.
Just so you know, your dad cannot wait to be a grandpa. So don't keep him or me waiting too long. I know. I won't get into more right now.
Well, now I see that it's true. Mothers have an irresistible urge to interfere in their children's love life.
I know you didn't live in this apartment long, but I want you to consider this your home away from home. Your bed is always yours, no questions asked. I mean, well, I will ask questions, but you can stay here no matter the answers.
I appreciate it.
No bother at all. Stay as long as you like. Anything you want to talk about, dear?
What are you doing these days?
Now that we're both retired, you mean? I keep trying to push your father to do things. Dance lessons, vacation, take some courses. I'm really interested in early colonial art. But he's just happy as a clam reading in his chair for hours. Wants to know the history of every little thing. It's nice to have time to do both, though.
Any gossip?
Well, one of your old classmates made junior VP at Gal Bank. Their father was bragging for hours. Can't wait to tell him about Constellation.
All right. I don't think I want to ask her about moving someplace
Talking
cheaper.
with you has made my day. I'm being serious.
I figured it would be years until I saw you again. And here you are. I still can't believe it. Constellation. The stories make them seem so exotic, so, well,
What the hell are you
romantic
doing?
almost. How is it for real? You liking it?
I'm still wrapping my head around being invited to join, honestly.
It's funny how you can live years where the days all blend together. But then out of the blue, whammo, everything's different. I've got some news of my own. You are now officially looking at a retiree. Taught my final class last Thursday. The faculty threw me a party and everything. It's too bad you weren't here then. You could have had some cake.
You think you're going to miss it?
Teaching? I'll miss some of it. Occasionally, I got a student that I could really connect with and make a difference. Those are the ones that kept me going. It didn't matter if they tested well, if it lit a passion in them. That's the stuff. But most of the time, no. I won't miss it at all.
Congrats, Dad. The university was lucky to have you.
I gave it my good old college try. You see what I did there? Enough about that. Anything you want to talk about before you have to go? I mean, stay. Stay as long as you like, but I imagine you're all excited to get to discovering.
You guys need anything?
You know, it's supposed to be us taking care of you, right? I'd like to say we'll pay you back the money you sent home. Well, I appreciate it. We appreciate it. More than you know.
How are things going?
Retirement's treating me well, but there are some days I almost missed the class from. Don't say anything to your mom about this, but she got some work done at Enhance. She keeps looking younger every day, I tell her. Not that I mind.
Got any plans?
Planning a proper, honest-to-goodness vacation. Nothing too fancy. I've been promising your mom a trip for years, and I got no excuses now. Your mother's been sending me links all day about such and such deals and excursions, but it'll be good to get out.
All right.
Take care, kiddo.
By Vectera, by Vectera, by Vectera! I can't believe it!
I knew this was going to kick in at some point.
Is it really, really you? Captain of the frontier, bane of the fleet, constellation's shining star of stars.
I'm none of those things. I'm just plain yogurt. I just joined Constellation. I'm hardly a shining star.
Oh, you are definitely the brightest, biggest star in any constellation. There's no maybes about it. I have an eye for these things. Not that you're hard to see with that halo on your head. Although at first, I wasn't sure if it was just the glare. But now that I know it's you, what are the odds? And to think, I almost went for coffee instead. But I changed my routine for one day, and here you are. It's almost like it was meant to be.
Well, you know, I haven't played a whole lot of Skyrim or Oblivion, actually, but he even has the same hairstyle. My God. Look, I was just minding my own business when you came up to me.
Me too. I was minding your business as well, visualizing it, dreaming it, and tending to it like a garden in bloom. And now, here it is, our first spring. Either way, it's such an honor to meet you.
I wish you could hear how hard I'm face palming right now.
Do you mind if I follow you around? Do you need a sidekick? What am I saying? You're a hero, of course you do. Lead the way.
Welcome aboard.
You won't be disappointed.
Manage your crew, review and change their assignments between your ships and outposts. Different crew have different skills, which enhance your ships or outposts. coincidentally, the ship does allow me to have a crew of 2. That's 2 plus you, not you and one other. So you actually can assign both of them as crew. I guess they actually thought that out. Alright, let me check the inventory. Let me check the ship's inventory, because I haven't actually done that yet. Wouldn't it be nice if it really was full of the valuables of 100 worlds? But, yeah, I need to go ahead and get that done.
Ready to lift off when you are, Captain.
Okay, let's see. Inventory. Resources. There we go. Now check the frontier. Ship parts. And you notice it can carry 450 kilos of cargo. I wonder, now that I've actually put all that in the ship's inventory, can I actually do research on anything? That category. Well, if I had some water, I could begin beverage development.
Do you need anything? Your clothes cleaned, your boots polished, your mirror shined.
I can hear that guy, and he's talking about, do you need your boots polished, your mirror shined? Don't know if you heard that or not. No, still don't have what I need to. Can I still buy supplies from Sarah? Let's trade gear. Or is
Bring
it
me
that
anything useful?
Nah.
So long.
Okay. Well, this is as good a point as any to end the stream. I'm going to leave it here for now. I'm going to give some consideration to the performance issues and see if there's any posts online about ways that I might improve that, or if I just need to, or if I should just put the streaming off until I can get a performance patch for it. Either way, it's an interesting game so far. I mean, ground combat, space combat, ship building, outpost building, item crafting. It's got a little bit of everything in there. Plus, as you can tell from the star map, back out, back out, back out. As you can see, it's a rather large area of space. I think the colors indicate... yeah. The colors pretty much indicate places I would not recommend you go, like Alpha Andraste, level 30. Yeah, Narian is like level 1, and so is Alpha Centauri, and the Sol system is level 1. But once you start moving out, Nicola is level 40. Oh, Cheyenne is actually level 1, so not all of these are high level. But yeah, there's 45. Probably, I'm gonna guess that there's a level cap of 50, but I could be wrong about that. I haven't really looked into whether or not there's a level cap or not, but you can see it's a pretty vast area to explore. Anyway, so that's where I'm going to end the stream for now. I want to thank everyone for showing up. I appreciate all your support. Those of you who are new to the channel, if you like what you see and you want to support the channel, you know what to do. Smash the like button and subscribe. It's the best thing you can do to support me. And have a great rest of your day. See you for the next one.